welcome to my channel. I'm Bella and today I'm going to be discussing Dark Materials Season 2, Episode 5, The Scholar. Well, this episode, which is Episode 5, The Scholar, or as I call it, The Psychology of Marissa Coulter. Aren't her and Mary Malone the complete opposite, yet parallels? I love the fact that Marissa Coulter is like a 1930s stereotype. In her dress, in her look, everything. Didn't you just love the way she held out those jeans? Like, oh no, I can't wear these. And you knew that she was going to choose a red top. I love the fact that the monkey, her soul, or Ozymandias as he's known in the radio play, because he has no name in the books at all. And he also has no name in the TV show so far. But in the radio play, they couldn't just have the golden monkey. They had to give him a name, so they named him Ozymandias, which is a Percy Bysshe Shelley poem, which is quite interesting in many ways, but I love the way Ozymandias, as I call him, the golden monkey, looked in the mirror like, oh, I'm going to be at a makeover, and I was like, but you're not wearing any clothes. Yes. Oh, that poor monkey. Didn't you just love the fact that that golden monkey was in a cute little baby car seat at the start with the seat belt on? Anyway, moving on. So we had similar dressing, parallels between Mary Malone and Marissa Coulter. We also had Marissa Coulter looking longingly at women who are independent, able to raise their children by themselves, because in her world, it's very 1930s, which means all the children belong to the blokes, they don't belong to women at all. Hence why Lord Asriel had Lyra under his protection, not with her mother, and that has caused real issues with her psyche. Don't you just love the parallel between Lyra and Will and Marissa and the very, very tall, elegant black man with the snake demon and his ability to collect things? And I love the fact that Marissa led him on and then she let him down and she said, do you think that I was going to become one of your trinkets? And she wanted so much more, and you could see it. It was just so painful. Brilliant episode. Mary Malone, she's set up for the, sorry, a bit too close there. She's all set up for the Amber Spyglass part of her story now, which is really going to be fascinating. The angels have said that she's going to play the serpent, so off she goes. Brilliant, and you knew that she was going to have to take on Marissa Coulter's identity to get to the world hop. Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. Will's characterisation and his link with the Collector is really parallel-y. It was just a brilliant episode. Loved it. I am so gutted now that we aren't going to get the Lord Asriel Season 2 episode, which would have been Episode 8, to find out what he was doing, because that would have been the psychology of Lord Asriel. After having this excellent episode, you somewhat feel denied, but actually, as a book purist, I'm kind of glad we don't have that, because we all know what he's doing. He's world hopping, and I think it's going to make his reappearance and his decisions far more weighty, because Lyra's looking for role models, and it was really powerful what Will said, that she didn't have to be like anybody, even though she mentioned Lee Scoresby, who is her good father. Bit kind of sad for Eric Bernison the bear, didn't get a mention, but Mark Costa did. So, but notice none of the original Jordan scholars who she grew up with got a mention at all. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Anyway, I'm going to give this episode a 5 because I absolutely loved it. Everything was on point, everything was as it should be, it wasn't jarring at all. You weren't flitting. The magisterium scene was brilliant because you see the cardinal finally taking power into his own and being totally corrupt. Also, the reason the authority is a light beam, a crack in a wall, a straight crack, is really important because it reflects straight, direct authority. And in science, we all know that light travels in straight lines. It doesn't bend at all, unless obviously it's reflected off a mirror. Then the light ray, which was still as straight, will then turn. But it doesn't, it just is reflected. It doesn't turn, doesn't curve, doesn't wibble at all. it is straight lines. And that's how religion is being presented by the magisterium in these books. Fascinating. I love the fact that Mary Malone is an ex-nun, because in science you do have to make leaps and you don't know where you're going to land, so you kind of have to have scientific faith. And that's interesting. You had the conversation between the experimental theology between Marissa and Mary Malone. It was a fascinating scene. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to give the episode 5 out of 5. I'm loving it. We've got the penultimate episode, which is episode 6, and then the final episode, which is episode 7. Absolutely wonderful. So pleased. Psyched. This season of His Dark Materials has been really good. A bit weighty, philosophy-wise, and a bit sort of slow pushing the children's story forward, but now we're at a place where I feel that Will and Lyra are finally equal protagonists in their story. So going forward, we should see a more equal representation between the two, which is going to be good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment and subscribe. Sorry it's been a bit sort of like girly, but actually it's been really important, because what you've got to remember is Marissa Coulter has come from a 1930s world to modern day Oxford, and she wants everything. She knows that in this world she could have anything, and I love the fact that that was represented by the poor Ozymandias monkey, that's her soul being trapped in a room. Her soul is always trapped because she never can achieve what she wants. She can't mother her child. She can't even claim her research as her own. She has to have a man put it on for her. So all her work is almost in vain. It is so sad. And remember that this is art is reflective of real life. So in the past there were women whose work was. We're lucky that Marie Curie had a very understanding husband, Pierre, who was also very kind. Anyway, moving on, I'm hoping to review Radioactive, which is an Amazon story about Marie Curie's work. Fascinating. Got to watch that again, and then I'm going to review it for you. But I hope you enjoyed this review of Stock Materials Season 2, Episode 5, The Scholar. Brilliant episode. Absolutely brilliant. Like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for the support. Bye.